Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. A lot of people are asking, hey, how do you pick stocks and how do you know how to do technical analysis? It takes a little bit of time and studying. And if you go to any website, it doesn't matter which website you use, they typically show you how to do it. Or you could also get a book that shows you that teaches you how to draw lines, what the patterns are like. But I want to show you, without going into the details, I want to show you some examples that are relatively easy that I have personally used and you probably have seen in my videos so that you'll be able to find the next winner. So let's go with Oklo first, which is something that I got a 3x return out of not too long ago. As you can see, this is Oklo 6 months chart. When I looked into this was a fascinating company, right? They do a small modular nuclear reactor that now a lot of data centers are willing to use. And I drew this line because they were never able to breach this trend line and go above until they went to this point. And then when they hit this point, I said, oh, okay. Technically, and then RSI was relatively low. I think it was it was in the oversold area, which I don't show in this chart. But so I decided to start accumulating when it was around $20. So what usually happens when it's breached? It goes up. It goes up, 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 and up. And something interesting that you also see here is, so that's when I started accumulating. And something interesting you'll see here is you're forming a cup, right? It's not perfect, but it has a little bit of a cup, like coffee cup. And then it forms a handle. So you could pretty much imagine I'm holding a cup using this handle and drinking coffee or tea. And what typically happens is when you form a cup and handle, it goes up. And then you see this again. You form a cup and handle, and it goes up. Now you see small cup and handle, and it goes up to now $84. For those who have watched my video, you're saying, hey, Ernie, you got out at like $64 or $65 when it popped over here. I'm like, yes, I did, because this was a pre-revenue company that was getting a lot of traction, and I was happy to get out with a 3x return. So this is what I ended up doing. And for those who were even more patient or a little more risk tolerance and able to get 4x return, I'm happy for you. Let me show you another one. This is something that a lot of people are interested in sending me messages. It's called SOXL. Same thing, same charting technique. I saw a trend line from here to here that stock price was never gonna breach. So I started accumulating. So I initially thought they were breaching it here, because if you were to draw a trend line from here to here, it actually breached. But it was a fake breach. It never went through. So I bought some shares and I was like, okay, I made a mistake. Let me just wait. And then when it finally breached this area, I also bought a very small number of shares. And then I realized it's forming another new trend line. So around 12, 13, 14, this area, I said, now this is a new trend line. It's not one of those fake ones. I actually don't think it's one of those fake ones. So then I started buying, I think, 20 or 30,000 shares, some ridiculous amount. And I'm able to get a 2x return so far. It actually went up to 28, but I think this could go to $36 to $40. So I haven't sold it. I'm just selling cover calls every week, accumulating the heck out of it. And that's what I'm doing. And it's down a little bit because AMD missed their numbers. And of course, it dragged down the entire thing. But does this have a cup and handle format? No, it does not. Like, yeah, you could say maybe this is cup and then this is maybe becoming a handle, but it's not really that clear. So I'm not willing to bet my money and invest accordingly based on technical analysis. Third one is ETHA, right? So that's Ethereum leverage, or Ethereum, not leverage, regular ETF. And as you can see, This one, I'm going to show you something different. This is what I consider a bull flag, bull market flag, which means there's a pole, and then you have a little bit of a flag that's coming down. Can this go down further? Yes. Can it stop here? Oh, that's a very good possibility. But what happens is, the reason why they call this a bull flag is after this, it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop to 30, 35, who knows how far and how high it can go. But bull flag usually is an indication that it's gonna go up. And as you can see, you see the same thing. And I'll draw it right here so that you'll be able to see it. Trend line, you see a pole over here, right? You see a very clear pole. And this particular one, let me do more trend. You can see from here to here, and then you see another line here to here. Of course, it went a little bit above and whatnot. But this is also a bull flag. And what happened after? It just skyrocketed. And what's forming right now? Another bull flag. And it's going to potentially go up another 20 to 30%. So this is the type of technical analysis I do to find winners. And some programs, they say, hey, find me a bull flag, and it will actually find something for you. Or if you type in bull flag on, let's say, Twitter or X, it will show you a number of charts that looks like a bull flag. And then, of course, you need to do a little bit of deep dive to make sure, it's not like overbought and it's going to come down and so forth. But this type of analysis will give you an understanding of what the price movement is going to be. Because you might have heard this before, algorithmic trading, this is what they are doing. They program things to identify which one is forming a bull flag, and then they just make a bet. And then just keep buying and then go to the next one. And then once you reach the top, they sell, and then they do the trading again. So whether you think it works or not, computer programming is already doing it. So that's also another reason why the formation like this typically ends in a bull flag, the price going up. But here's an amazing book. These two guys traded for like 20 years, and they said, how do we make technical charts simple? So they created a book. It's I wouldn't say it is the best book out there, but it is so easy to read, and it tells you how to do many different charting so that it's easy for you to understand. And by the way, all you have to do is just pick some charts and then try to replicate on your own so that you'll be able to get a better sense of how this works. I understand this might be a very boring topic for those who are not familiar with, statistics or drawing lines or charting, but I think it's extremely useful skill that I wanted to share with everybody. And don't forget, go to the library and borrow a book. Do not just click on it and buy it. Some of these books are available. Almost every single book that I have recommended or posted are available. And for those who are wondering, why is this guy who has a lot of money promoting a book? If I don't promote a book, believe it or not, TikTok doesn't promote my video. If I need to promote something, it could be a shirt, it could be a book. And in most cases, I think book works actually the best because nobody's going to look at my video and buy a shirt, right? To be honest. But anyway, hopefully this was useful. Hopefully you learned something new that you have not been exposed to. And hopefully you'll make some right decisions so that you can make a lot of money by investing and relying on technical analysis to pick some good winners so that you'll be able to reach that financial freedom that you've always been looking for. Don't forget to follow for more tips on how to trade and how to find winners. Don't forget to repost so that your friends will be able to see this as well. And don't forget to like. And if you have any questions, please send me comments and I'll respond to you within 24 hours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.